In lecture 7, mainly we will discuss the Boolean algebra, which we use for logic circuit simplification. And we will discuss the basic things, variables, literals, etc. And we will discuss also the basic rules that we used in Boolean algebra. Okay. So actually, Boolean algebra means it's a mathematics which used to in logic circuits. Okay. And in Boolean algebra, instead of this circuit, we are using variables and operators to describe that particular circuit. Actually, this theory initially developed by George Boole in 1854 uh, in his book An Investigation of the Laws of Thoughts, on which are founded the mathematical theories of logic and probabilities. Okay, but the circuit concept was actually or the practical application of this rule in circuit analysis or in digital circuits was introduced by Shannon. Okay, it's actually in 1930. So Boolean algebra is already in 1854, but we used in Boolean algebra to represent a digital system was introduced in 38. Okay. Now we'll discuss the basic concepts. In Boolean algebra, a variable, okay, a variable in Boolean algebra or in digital circuits can use uh, two values, either a 1 or 0. Okay, so logical quantities. So any single variable can take two values, 1 or 0. And we will use another term which is known as a complement. Complement is the inverse of a variable, and it is indicated by a bar over the variable. For example, if a is the variable and the complement of that a is represented as a bar, okay, a then bar. If b is the variable and the complement is represented as b bar, and complement means if a takes the value 1, then complement of a takes the value 0. Okay, if a is 0, then complement of a will take 1, and complement of a variable a is read as either not a or a bar. Okay, and we will use one more notation. Usually in textbooks they will use this notation. We will use the prime symbol to indicate the complement. So instead of writing b bar, I can put b complement, okay, or a complement, like this. Okay, and now we'll introduce another term which is known as a literal. Literal is a variable or complement of a variable. Okay, I'll give some more idea about literal. For example, you can consider a function. For example, a function is defined by the variable a, b, c. Okay, three variables, and this is the expression a bar b c. Okay, a bar into b bar into c. Okay, and operation. So we can say that this particular expression contains three literals. Okay, and we'll take another expression which is a bar c plus b bar c bar. Okay, here you can see that here it contain four literals. Okay, four literals. So that's a difference between variable and literal. And here actually we are using a b c three variable, but here you can see a bar c plus b bar c. But here you can see c is repeating, but we will construct four literals in this particular expression. Okay, uh, that's the difference between variable and literal. Now we will introduce the Boolean addition, not binary addition. This is different. Uh, Already we discussed this in OR gate. Binary addition is different. Okay, so different from Boolean addition. Okay, this is entirely different thing, Boolean addition and binary addition. So don't get confused with Boolean addition means simply the OR operation. Okay, so the another name of OR operation already we discussed in the previous lectures, and here you can see the Boolean expression. So this is the OR gate. If you apply 0 0, you will get output as 0. Okay, and 0 1. If you apply the input of the OR gate, you will get 1 output. 1 0, you will get 1 1 1 1. Okay, this is actually Boolean addition. So don't get confused. 1 plus 1 in Boolean addition is not equal to 2. Okay, it's equal to 1. And so this is a truth table which indicating the OR gate. Exactly the same operation is indicated as Boolean addition. So a sum term means, here you can see some example, A plus B. Okay, it's a sum term, actually A or B, and this plus sign is actually indicated to use the OR operation. So A bar plus B, A plus B plus C bar, and here A, B, A plus B plus C plus D. So okay, all these plus indicating the OR operation. And you can say one point, sum term is equal to 1 when one or more of the literal is in the terms are 1. Okay, so we'll get the sum term is equal to 1 when one or more. Okay, at least one, then the output will be 1. Sum term is equal to 0 only if each of the literal is 0. Okay, so don't confuse with the variable. Here it is indicated as literal. So in order to get, here you can see a question, determine the value of A, B, C, D that makes the sum term A plus B bar plus C plus D bar is equal to 0. So here it mentioned as literal should be 0, means A should be 0, B bar should be 0, C bar should be 0, sorry, C 0, D bar should be 0. Then only you will get the entire expression is equal to 0. So in order to get this term equal to 0, B should be equal to 1. And here also, in order to get D bar is equal to 0, D is equal to 1. Okay, now you can see that these are the different values. Okay, if A plus B bar plus C plus D bar is equal to 0, when A equal to 0, B equal to 1, C equal to 0, D is equal to 1. Okay. Now we'll discuss the Boolean multiplication. Boolean multiplication is the AND operation. Okay, so here you can see the AND expression. This concept is already explained in previous lectures. Now we can see that this is a truth table of AND gate. If it is 0 0, the output will be 0, and if it is 0 1, output will be 0. 1 0, output will be 0. If it is 1 1, output will be 1. So this is the AND gate operation, which is equivalent to the Boolean multiplication, not binary multiplication. It's a Boolean multiplication. And here you can see some expression A B, A into B bar, A bar B C, A B bar C D bar. Okay, and now we can discuss 2 points. Product term is equal to 1 only if each of its literals in the term is 1. Okay, if and the product term is equal to 0 when one or more of the literals are 0. So now we need to get, we can discuss one question. Determine the values of A, B, C, D that makes the product term A, B bar, C, D bar is equal to 1. So we need to get 1 here. So in order to get 1, this is a statement. Each of the literals in the term is 1. So this should be 1. Here it should be 1, 1, 1. So in order to get B bar is equal to 1, B should be equal to 0. And in order to get D is equal to 1, sorry, D bar is equal to 1, D is equal to 0. So this is the condition. So you can say that this is 1, this is 0, this is 1, and so. Okay. Then you will get the product term is equal to 1. Now we'll discuss another rule which is used in Boolean algebra, the operator precedence. Okay, if more than one operation comes at the same time, what will be the order? Okay, first we will evaluate the parenthesis. That a bracket. First we need to operate. After that we need to indicate if there is a bar operation, then we need to find a bar, or the complement operation. Then we will go for AND. Okay, for example, if A plus BC, first we need to perform BC, then we need to perform OR operation. Okay, this is the order of preference. So first bracket, then NOT operation, then AND, then OR. Okay, if it is A plus B C bar, first we need to find out C bar, then AND operation, then OR operation. Okay, this is the order of preference of Boolean operations. Now we will discuss some simple laws of Boolean. and this is known as a commutative law. And commutative law for addition and multiplication, or in other words we can say or operation and for and operation. So here you can see an or gate, and if you perform or operation by applying a to the first input and b to the second, you will get a or b, okay, and the output. And if you change the input lines like this, first line is applied by b, second is a, you will get b plus a, it will be same, okay. This symbol is actually indicating equivalent, so these two operations are equivalent, so we can write a plus b is equal to b plus c. It's very simple, okay. Similarly the and operation, ab operation is equal to ba, so these two circuits are equivalent, okay. If you apply input a first, b second, and instead of that if you are applying b first then a second, like, so you will get ba, so both are same, okay. That's why it's known as equivalent. It's a very simple law and it is known as the commutative law, okay. You can prove that also by writing the truth table. So you can write a b and you can find a plus b first, then b plus a. You will get exactly the same answer. For example, 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. Okay, if you perform a plus b, 0 plus 0 which is equal to 0, 0 plus 1 is equal to 1, 1 plus 0 is equal to 1, 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. And if you perform b plus a, 0 plus 0 is equal to 0, and 1 plus 0 is equal to 1, and 0 plus 1 is equal to 1, and 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. So you can see that these two results are same. So in the similar way, you can prove this commutative law. And now we'll discuss the associative law. In associative law, you can look at this picture. You can see that there is one OR gate. Here we are applying two input B, C. So the output will be B plus C. Okay. So in the second OR gate, we are applying B plus C as the one of the input. Okay. And A directly. So B plus C plus A. You will get some result, A plus B plus C. Instead of that, first I will apply the inputs A plus B here, and I will get A plus B here. Okay. And in the second OR gate, I will apply A plus B as one of the input and C directly. So you'll get another operation. So these two operations are same. So I can say the Boolean expressions obey associative law. Okay. This you can imagine another way also. If there is a operation A plus B plus C, if you want to perform this operation, you need a 3 input OR gate. Okay. And A, B, C. So what you can implement the same thing by using a 2 OR gates. Okay, two input OR gate. So that concept is explained here. Okay, instead of using a 3 input OR gate, I can use a 2 input OR gate, but we require 2. So here one input A, another input is C. So output of one OR gate is connected to the input of the second. Okay, this way also you can implement this. So this is associative. Either you can perform B plus C first, then you can add A, or you can perform A plus B first, then you can add C. So you'll get exactly same. The same operation I can explain in AND also. First you can perform B, C AND operation, then perform the AND operation with A. Okay. Or instead of that, I can use first perform A, B operation, and you can AND with C. So you'll get exactly same result. Either you can use the truth table to verify this. Now we'll discuss the distributive law. In distributive law, again, two laws we can discuss. One is A into B plus C. Okay, just like algebra, you can multiply. You will get A, B, A, C. So in the first case, it's B plus C, means it's an OR operation. Here you can see that it is a B plus C OR operation. Then you need to perform AND operation with A. So this is AND. So you'll get A and B plus C. Okay. So B plus C, first we will perform by using the OR gate, second with AND operation with A. So you'll get one result. And instead of that, you can use another operation. First perform AND operation by using A and B, and another operation by using A and C. So this two outputs you can consider as the input of this particular OR gate. So you'll get AB plus AC. Okay. And these two operations are same. Okay, that is a distributive law. or simply the algebraic concept. You can multiply this, and you can prove this by using Boolean laws that we will discuss later. And now this is a distributive law. Now we can discuss another law, which is an distributive law. Instead of writing a plus bc, you can write a plus b into a plus c. Means if there is an expression bc and operation, then we are applying that output to the input of this OR gate. Here one of the input is a, another input is bc. So this is OR operation a plus bc. This operation is equivalent to, here you can see that OR operation. So you can write one input is a, another is b, a plus b. Here it is a plus c, and is applied as the input of the AND gate. So you can write one input is a plus b and a plus c is the other input. So these two operations are same. Okay. Either you can expand like this or you can reduce like this. Okay. And we can prove all these things later. Either you can use the truth table or by using algebraic concept we can prove, that we will discuss later. So this is distributive law. And now we'll discuss the identity law. Identity law states that a plus 0 is equal to a. It's actually OR operation. If you perform OR operation like this, one input is a. Okay. So for example, assume that a is equal to 1 here. Okay. And the other input is 0, that is fixed. Okay. If you OR with 0, you will get exactly the input. Okay. Here you are getting output is equal to 1, means which is same as a. Here assume that the other case a is equal to 0, the other input is fixed. Okay, that is 0, and the output will be 0. So here also you can see that which is equivalent to a. So that's why a plus 0 is equal to a. Okay. If a is 1, output is 1. If a is 0, output is 0. So that's why we are written like this, a plus 0 is equal to a. And similarly the AND operation. Okay. If you perform AND operation, the fixed 1, the output will be always a. Means if a is equal to 0, output will be 0. If a is equal to 1, output is equal to 1. So the output is always depends on a when you perform AND operation with 1. And next one, annulment law. Okay. Here you can see that we are performing OR operation with 1. Okay. So the output, previous case we are performing with 0, now we are performing with 1. So you can see that if one of the input of OR gate is 1, so output will be always 1. Okay. This input is fixed, so output will be 1. So here a is equal to 1, here a is equal to 0, but output is always 1. Okay. This is one concept. Another, in the case of AND gate, if one of the input is 0, okay, output is always 0. So if you perform, if a is equal to 1 or 0, the output will be 0. Okay. This is another law. And another law we will discuss is the complement law. If you perform the OR operation with the complement of the variable a and a bar, the output will be 1. So we can prove that. So if a is equal to 0 and a bar will be 1. So if you perform the OR operation, the output will be 1. Okay. In another case also we can discuss, if a is equal to 1, a bar is equal to 0. In that case also output is 1. So when you perform OR operation with the complement of that particular variable, output will be 1 always. Okay. The same thing we can discuss in AND operation. If a is equal to 1 and a bar is equal to 0, so AND result will be 0. Here a is equal to 0, the complement of a is equal to 1, and the output will be 0. So you can see the output is always 0 if you perform AND with the complement. A dot a bar is always 0. Respective of a is 0 or 1, always result is 0. This is complement law. And next one is idempotent law. If you perform OR operation with the same variable a plus a, you will get exactly same. For example, a is equal to 0, here also 0, so output will be 0. If a is 1 and here also 1, output will be 1. Okay. And if you perform AND operation, you will get exactly the same. If you perform a and a, you will get a. So if both result are 0, so both inputs are 0, output is 0. If both inputs are 1, output is equal to 1. Okay, this is idempotent law. And this is in double negation law or involution law. Actually, we are performing NOT operation twice. Okay, okay, A bar, then one more bar, so which is equivalent to A. Two times we are performing the NOT operation. For example, here A is equal to 0, and if you perform NOT operation once, you will get 1. And again, you are applying this input to another NOT gate, so you will get 0 here. So these two we check. Okay, and here you are applying A is equal to 1. Here we will get 0 and NOT operation. Again, if you are performing NOT operation, okay, which is equal to 1. So these two results are same. So if you perform, take A, and you first take complement, and again if you take complement, you will get exactly the same result. Okay? Double negation. Next one is an absorption law. It's very important. Okay, most of the time we will use this law in when you do the problems. Here you can see that A plus AB, which is equal to A. So this is the absorption law. Here you can see that we reduce this variable B. Okay, and we can prove this when you write A plus AB, and you can factorize this. You can take A common, so it becomes 1 plus B. An element law state that if 1 plus B is equal to 1. Okay, from the previous law, we know that this result is equal to 1. So you can see that it becomes A and 1. Okay, A into 1. So A into 1 is equal to A by using identity law. So your final result is A. So in this way, we can prove this, and by using the truth table also we can prove this. Write A and B and AB, and finally A plus AB. You can see that which is equal to A. Okay, so I can reduce the two gates and an OR gate by using a simple straight line. So we don't want to evaluate this by using some gates. Directly you can evaluate the result by using A. Okay, this absorption law is very important. We can reduce the gate. Okay, reduce the number of gates, but if you know this absorption law. Okay, if you take any theorem, we can prove in two ways, by using Boolean concept or by using the truth table. Okay. And next one is the redundant literal law. If you compare with the previous thing, here it is A plus AB. Okay, both these variables are same. Now in the second case, one variable is A and another one is a complement of that. Okay, so the result is A plus B. Okay, the previous case, here A, and here also it is A. So now we can see the complement of the variable is placed here, and we can prove this. And so it's lengthy actually. So in order to prove this, this A, I can write by using the absorption law, which is explained in the previous case. So A plus AB can be written as A. Okay, so instead of A, I will write A plus AB. Okay, this A I will replace with A plus AB. And another law is idempotent law. A can be written as A into A. So A into A is equal to A. So instead of A, I will write A into A. Okay, and we know that 0 is equivalent to complement law. A into A bar is equal to 0. So instead of writing a plus 0 here, okay, I'll write A into A bar extra time. So it will not change the result of, okay. So A plus A bar is equal to 0. So I will add an extra term here. And now we can perform the factorization. So here you can take A common. Okay. Here also, here you can take A bar common. Okay. In these two expressions, you can take A bar common. So finally, you will get A into A bar, sorry, A plus A bar and A plus B. Okay. Both term, here also you can see A plus B. Here also you can see A plus B. So you can factorize this. And here you can see that A plus A bar is equal to 1. Okay, complement law. So I can reduce this is equal to 1, and remaining 1 into A plus B. Okay, so I can drop this by using identity law. So it becomes A plus B. So now I can prove this redundant literal law is very important. It's A plus A bar B is equal to A plus B. Similarly, if it is like this, A bar plus AB, we can write A bar plus B. Okay, because the complement of the variable is here. So you can write a bar plus b, and another one a plus a bar b, okay, sorry, okay, b bar. You can write like this, a plus b bar. Okay, by comparing this equation I can write this. Another thing, a bar plus a b bar, I can written as a bar plus b bar. Okay, all these expression I can expand by using this particular standard result. And by using the truth table also I can verify this. First write a, b, then a bar b you can write, then you need to perform a plus a bar b, and finally if you compare with the a plus b result, we can see that both are same. So 0, 1, 1, 1. So this entire gate I can circuit can be reduced into a simple OR gate. So that's one of the main advantage of this redundant Milton law. And next one is how we can prove the distributive law. Already we explained distributive law. Now we can prove this distributive law. So when you prove any law, you should mention which law is actually used. Okay. So here you can see that we already discussed this distributive law. So a plus b into a plus c. Okay. I need to reduce in this particular form a plus to bc. So first I can apply distributive law. So simple algebra I can expand this a into a, okay, a into a and a into c, and b into a and b into c. So I'll get this expression, and I can set a into a. I can reduce, okay, by using an inverted law. So I can write simply a. So now we can see that here a plus ac. I can take this a common, so it becomes 1 plus c. It will be the one factor. And I can reduce this 1 plus c is equal to 1 by using identity law. So it becomes 1 into a. Okay, again 1 into a is equal to a. So I can simply write a. Okay, then you can see that I can reduce this one. Now a you can take common. So you'll get 1 plus b. Okay, now we can see that 1 plus b is equal to 1. So I can replace this 1 plus b by using 1. Now we can see a into 1. A into 1 is equal to a, okay, by using identity law. So finally we'll get a plus b. The same thing I can prove using truth table also. Write a, b, c values. Okay, here enumerate 8 combinations and find a plus b, a plus c. Then find a plus b into a plus c. That is an AND operation you need to perform by using these two values. And you can also calculate a plus bc. So for that I require bc. So now I can compare these two tables. So you can see that these two tables are equal. And in logical circuits, the 3 gates becomes 2 gates. Okay, this is distributive law. And this is the conclusion of all these laws. Okay.